executed. And we've always played hard, and we just started catching some breaks, and it just started paying off.
What does that say about you guys that the chips were down and you guys could have just folded in and just, said, could have gone either way?
Yeah,
You guys
it just shows how good the character is on the team. It shows how hard everybody works and how relentless everybody is on this team. And I mean that shows how the coaches have been coaching us, and that's a reflection on them. How we carry ourselves on the field and our character. So it's just how we want to carry ourselves, is never give up type attitude.
Two of the hottest teams now coming in. What's it going to take for you to beat Auburn?
Just nothing different. Just keep doing what we have been doing. Right now, I mean, we can compete with any team in the nation. We just keep going at it hard and keep competing. And at the end of the day, as long as we tried as hard as we could, I mean, chips will fall where they do, and things will turn out our way.
How important is it going to be for you to set the tone early?
Very. I feel like, I need to help lead this team, from the pitching aspect of it, and getting off to a hot start. The first few innings is always a big boost to everybody. Just like Clay's home run was back at Tennessee when I started that night. 2-run home run the first inning, that just sets the tempo and gets everybody's confidence up.
Early morning game. I mean, how much is that? Does that take getting used to, or you just got?
No, not really. A lot of the guys, I mean, during the fall and workouts and everything, we're used to waking up early, and no matter what time the game is, we're still going to compete just as hard. So.
This is kind of the marquee game of this thing, just because it's Auburn first game.
Right.
You're pretty excited to know you're going to get the ball for this?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited, but I mean, we can't look at it like it's a different team than any other team we have played. We just got to do the same thing and execute the same way we have been all year. And because if you make it bigger than what it is when the pressure starts bearing down on you and you start breaking. But we just got to look at it like any other game.
As you look back over your last few years here, it's coaches kind of said it was kind of a roller coaster. You've seen all there is to see. What's been the difference, I guess, or what's this year been like for you, just in terms of pitching?
Yeah, I mean, those first 2 years I struggled bad, but everybody here, coaches, players, everybody kept confidence in me, and I just, like I was telling him earlier, I mean, it just shows the character on this team that nobody gives up on each other, just like in the game, and I just have a lot more confidence this year, and I'm throwing a lot more strikes than I used to, so. And just trusting everybody a lot better, everybody trusts everybody. Coaches trust players, players trust coaches, and it works out when it's that way.
Was that a big part of it? Just control throwing strikes consistently?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, getting ahead's the biggest thing in pitching, so I've been doing a lot better job of that this year. And with runners on base, I've been doing a lot better job and trusting the defense to make good plays, and they've been coming through all year.
Now as you get this time of the year, there's going to be some real big starts. If you kind of work your way into being that first guy, do you feel like you need to be a leader for this team here from here on?
Yeah, I feel like as a junior and as an older guy that's been here for a few years, I need to step up and be a leader. But, I mean, the way I see it, and I've told a lot of the pitchers, there's no 1, 2, 3. I mean, you're throwing against an SEC team every weekend, and so everybody's just as equal,
You've credited your maturity this season to a lot of your success. In what ways have you matured for your first 2 seasons?
Well, my first 2 seasons, I really didn't know how to deal with failure that well. I took it personally, and I didn't play pitch by pitch. I would let one thing affect the next thing that happened, and so that's just growing up. That's life too. Just forgetting what all the mistakes you've made and all the crap you've been through. So I've just learned how to learn from things a lot better this year, rather than wallow around in your failure. So.
And you're an emotional pitcher out there on the mound. Is that tough to do, to forget?
No, I do a good job of getting stuff now, and that's just one of the steps of maturity, like we were talking about. But, yeah, I like getting pumped up out there. Someone makes a good play or something. I mean, I don't think there's any reason to hold it in, but at the same time, you got to be on an even keel, and you can't be moping around or, showing anything that could disadvantage you.
Had you ever really struggled in your whole baseball career?
The
first couple of years here?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, when I got here and the struggles I went through, especially my freshman year, it was like a brick hitting me in the face. I mean, I was breaking down. I mean, I worked just as hard my freshman year. I worked hard in my freshman year. I kind of felt like the harder I worked, the more success I'd get, and that wasn't the case. Just because you work hard, you still got to go execute, and crazy things happen in baseball, so I mean, I just kept working because I knew that it would pay off, and it has. I mean, I can pitch deeper into games because we've been working harder with Coach Rock and Coach Bunn, and I mean, it's just one of those steps of maturity, you know, understanding that not just working hard but executing during the game is the main aspect.
You know, there were, halfway through the season, it looked like, and even late, didn't look like you guys were even going to make the SEC tournament. But to go 10-5, your last 2 or 3 series is just, how much does it mean to make this SEC tournament?
Oh, it's huge. I mean, we were celebrating on the way back like we just won the World Series. It was awesome, and it was a big relief. But nobody ever lost faith during the whole season. We never lost confidence. We knew we knew we could make it, and so I didn't think the mindset didn't really change or anything. I mean, we all played like we were going to go, and because if you start put more pressure on yourself, is you play under what you can. So.
But the task was pretty daunting because you basically had to almost sweep Tennessee and then get help from 2 lesser teams that were playing better teams. And did you think that was possible when you guys were heading to Knoxville?
Oh, definitely. We feel like, as I said earlier, we can compete with anybody in the nation, whether we're got swept last series or swept the other team the last series. It doesn't really matter. The team does a great job of putting that stuff behind them and staying with the same confidence level. So we didn't feel like it was going to be some ridiculous mountain to climb or anything. I mean, it just took pitch by pitch and game by game.
Well, let me just ask you about Jake Smith, and I know that he's like a dual threat to you guys, or triple threat. He's dangerous at the plate.
Right.
He plays great infield at third, but then he comes in and it really helps you guys on the mound too. And if you guys are in trouble, like Hillcrease when it was 2-2 in the ninth, that second game, just how much is that a weapon for you guys?
Definitely. Everyone on this team, we look up to Jake. He's one of the older guys. He's been here. He's been through the whole program. We definitely look to Jake, and being our leader. And he definitely is a dual threat, and he's a great guy to be around. He's got great character, like I said, everybody else does on this team, and he's a good team guy.
The pitching, you guys had just phenomenal pitching during the Tennessee, and then actually the last 2 series, is you getting 2 complete games, and we asked Hillcrease that, and he says confidence has a lot to do with the turnaround the last half of the season.
Oh, definitely. Confidence is huge, and performing well, and being able to go late in the games is a credit to how hard we've all worked, and all the hours we put in the off season, and it's paying off now, being able to throw deep into games and pick people up when they need to be picked up, because we've been picked up a lot in the past. So.